Greetings, YouTube. Um, I'm going to give you a scenario that you are in a place out in the country on a moonless night, heavy overcast, no starlight, and you look out there and it is black. And unless you've been out in a rural environment at night when there's no natural light, it's hard to describe just how dark that is. Okay? And you have to go out into that dark. And I give you an option. You can walk out there right now with the eyes that the gods gave you. Or, I could hand you one of these, a handy dandy flashlight. And those are your options. Go out there in the darkness with nothing but what you've got right now for eyes. Or yeah, give you one of these. Heck, I'll throw in a second set of batteries just so you're on the safe side. Now, what are you going to choose? You're going to choose this or are you going to choose darkness? Now, the smart person is going to say, I'll take that and a second set of batteries, please, and I'll hand it to them. Every time when that situation arises, if they want the flashlight, I'll hand it to them. And I have a lot of flashlights. Now, this is an allegory because I'm not talking about darkness and flashlights. I'm talking about ignorance and science because that's what ignorance is. It's darkness. And science is light. It's illumination. It's a way of looking at the world with greater clarity in a way that you never could before. And at one time, looking out there in the dark was a torchlight, very dim, couldn't cover a lot, smoky, unreliable, not good in the rain. Then lanterns came around, better, and then actual liquid gas lights that the coal miners used to use. You know, burn a little fuel on your forehead, but it was bright and it was reliable. And of course, occasionally it did mean that the mine blew up, but those are the pluses and minuses. Eventually, somebody invented a flashlight, or technically they invented an incandescent flashlight, which I've got one kicking around here somewhere, which is really, really old from the 1930s. Um, but this one is like from the last couple of years. This is an LED flashlight, which is what most of my flashlights are, except for those I've kept around just because I think they're cool. Um, and this is really efficient, just like modern science. We have improved science over time, just as we have improved light sources over time. So why is it that so many Americans want to cleave to the darkness? Not only do they want to cleave to the darkness, they want to convince other people that darkness is better than light. Why would you do that? That makes absolutely no sense to me. And I don't care if you think the darkness is the natural state of being, and you think that humans would be better off in the darkness. You're wrong. You want to keep people alive? You want to be able to do the things that need to be done for you personally to stay alive? This is going to help you survive. This is going to help you prosper and thrive, just like science will. And if you think that, well, that light has caused us problems, okay, I'm not saying light couldn't necessarily cause you problems. Science has caused problems. But if you think science has caused problems, I can guarantee you that ignorance is not the answer. If science has caused problems, then what we have to do is come up with better science. And that's the very nature of science. It changes over time, sometimes incredibly rapidly. Sometimes it's stagnant for a very long time. And some folks grew up in an era where the world didn't change quickly. But the discoveries picked up pace. So now discoveries are literally being turned out at such a rate that some people are feeling absolutely overwhelmed, and I understand that. Hey, they started producing solid state batteries. I mean, like in a factory for sale. And I didn't even know they'd gotten to that technological point, and I really love science. I listen to all kinds of science people talking. I read all kinds of different science things, and I didn't know that was happening. But it did. Awesome. Solid state batteries. That's really cool. It's like solid state memory for your computer. Really cool. I've got some of that right there. Science is the light. Science is how we survive, how we thrive, how we move forward. Ignorance isn't the answer any more than being out there in the darkness is going to help you make it to the dawn. Don't turn away from science. If you don't understand how this works, ask somebody. Because if somebody built this, somebody can probably explain it to you. And if you can't understand it at first, rely on the people who produced it, because you can see it works. So rely on the experts. All an expert is somebody that knows more than you do about a particular topic. And there's nothing shameful about that. There are many experts that know things that I don't. And I'm okay with that. If I have need an answer, uh, to a problem, I'll ask them. And if I think what they say makes no sense, I'll go check around. Is this person a crackpot? Or are they actually talking about what they know? And if it's the latter, well, cool. I just didn't know that. Awesome. Now I do. Now I have more knowledge. And that's always the answer to ignorance. So tell me, are you going to take the darkness? Or are you going to take the light?